here at Bouvet, and all of you here today are evidence of that. Congratulations again on your achievements. We, the faculty and staff at Bouvet, are honored to be part of your journey and wish you the very best in your next steps.
I would now like to introduce Professor Jason Parente, the Associate Program Director, and today's invited faculty speaker.
Thank you for that welcome. Good afternoon and welcome to the White Coat Ceremony for the class of 2022. My name is Jason Parente. I am a physician assistant. I am a graduate of this very program, and I'm currently faculty here in the PA program as well. I want to thank the class of 2022 for inviting me to speak, as well as all the friends and family that are here to join us in person and virtually today. It's truly an honor to be here as the speaker. As the class of 2022 may tell you, I have a very small list of favorite things. But being in the classroom, teaching, and also learning from this cohort tops the list. I'm here today to highlight all of your achievements and also offer you some advice for the clinical year. I'd like to start by stating the obvious. We are currently living and learning in what is one of the most extraordinary times in medicine. We have witnessed a transformation in education, in healthcare, and in life, while continuing to battle a global pandemic. But I want to be clear, it will not be the pandemic which defines the class of 2022. Instead, this class will be defined by their unparalleled curiosity for medicine, your incredible commitment to your education and the relationships you formed with each other and faculty. And you were the first class to ever experience physical exam skills with social distancing, gowns, face shields, and masks. After that, your class witnessed the introduction of vaccines and a return to what was a fraction of normalcy. Now, as we face new challenges, you continue to march on in pursuit of an unwavering commitment to medicine and your future patients. Everyone here can attest how rigorous physician assistant school is, whether you are in school or whether you are a support system for those who are. But while drinking from the ever-flowing fountain of knowledge that we call the PA fire hose, you really have accomplished so much. You've mastered the art of physical examination and simulation with Dr. Bissett. You navigated EKGs, cardiology, pulmonology, and endocrinology with Professor Mackey. And you may have even learned a few things about birds. You learned about many medications, their indications, and their side effects with Professor Abergeli. You honed your surgical skills with IVs, suturing, and scrubbing to prepare for surgery with Professor Berry. You explored dermatology, genetics, and infectious disease with Dr. Baginski. And you built on your foundations of professionalism, healthcare delivery, and anatomy and physiology with Professors Broughton and Dr. Honda. You began to explore the clinical year with Professor Landry, where the next steps of your journey are about to begin. And you were so elegantly guided by John and Carol, whereas Carol once guided me. That's a tribute, I promise. And then there were my courses. We learned many mnemonics. For example, we have a new appreciation for one of my favorites, which is tuna fish. Tuna fish are the red flags for emergencies of the spine. We revisited the alphabet so that A, B, C, D, E, F, G is how you will remember the immediate management of seizures, strokes, and altered mental status. Airway, breathing, circulation, and don't ever forget glucose. We learned so much from Canada, guiding our decision-making on when to order x-rays and CT scans. We splinted, we casted, and we used Captain Morgan, which is a medical technique to reduce hip dislocations. To all the family and friends, I promise you that this is real medicine. We rediscovered music, to create public awareness about shortness of breath and respiratory distress with Baby Shark as a rhythm of resuscitation, with Umbrella, Ella, Ella as a way to remember bite and scratch organisms from Eikenella, Pastorella, and Bartonella. And one of my favorites, Unbreak My Heart as a tribute to a dog with lupus. You embrace technology as we ultrasounded hearts, lungs, muscles, kidneys, livers, and more. We endlessly pondered whether or not certain things in medicine can or cannot be scraped. We even learned about the tragic cause of death for Princess Diana. But at the end of the day, it is safe to say the science is here. But every step of the way, you smiled, you laughed, you kept your heads held high, and you were committed to evidence-based medicine and learning to provide the best patient care, which brings us to today. Today is your day. Reflect on this moment. Recall not only the adversity of the last year and how you've all overcome it, but recall that very time in life that you were inspired to become a PA. Think about the day that you received an interview here at Northeastern and how you survived that process. Remember the excitement that you experienced when you were accepted to PA school, and recall the very first day of class when you barely knew each other, spread out in a giant classroom, wearing masks, but then jumping right into learning medicine. Today, when you put on your white coat, I want you to pause and cherish all those moments. And take them with you throughout the next year, because medicine truly is a privilege, and now it gets more real. Before you put on your coats, I'd like to share with you some of the best advice that I received when I was a student, which I hope will help you survive the clinical year. Number one, treat the patient, not the numbers. And on that note, treat the patient, not the poison. You have a wealth of knowledge, physical exam techniques, lab studies, imaging modalities, but never forget to step back and look and listen to the human being right in front of you, and then correlate clinically. See one, do one, and teach one. This classic philosophy holds true. We have done our best to show you one, and now you're ready to do one. And take advantage of these opportunities when they present themselves on the clinical year, because before you know it, you will be asked to teach the next generation. Every rotation is your favorite. I will repeat that. Every clinical rotation is your favorite. Show up early and leave late. You will rotate with clinicians who have dedicated their training and their careers to their specialty, and you are their guest. Impress them and appreciate that there are learning opportunities on every rotation. Start low and go slow. This is true not only in medicine, but probably in life. It is very easy to give more than it is to take away. Trust me on that one, as I have experienced it firsthand. Use lay terms, not medical words, with your patients. You have learned now a new language, but remember to always explain things to patients in the same way that you would to your non-medical friends and family. You don't always have to be the smartest person in the room, but you should always be the most prepared. Study every night, ask questions, challenge yourself, and avoid saying, "I never learned that in PA school." Don't forget to say, "I don't know." If you forgot to ask a patient a question or you forgot to do a physical exam, then never say that you did. It's okay. It will happen. The greatest pressure will come from yourself to not disappoint, but the greatest learning will come from these exact moments. Nothing is beneath you. Be especially kind to all members of the healthcare team, from nurses to medical assistants to radiology technicians to aides to coordinators. After all, many of you filled these same roles before you got here. Leadership is an action, not a position. Embrace your values, embrace your strengths, and embrace your weaknesses. Be aware of your biases and be true to yourself. Lead by example. Beware of brain-eating amoeba. This is low risk, but it's not zero. In reality, always remember that common things are common, but there are zebras, and you will see both in practice. And finally, trust the process. I know this is hard to hear, but now more than ever, we have to adapt. The next year will come with challenges, but it will go by faster than you think, and we will all get through it together. In closing, I'd like to share a brief story. This is a story from the fall of 2004, where a group of undergraduate Northeastern students were at a local sporting event. One of them said, "I don't feel well," and then suddenly had a seizure. Many people panicked. Some people called 911, but a bystander calmly approached and said, "I can help. We should check a blood sugar." It turns out the student was having a seizure from a dangerously low blood sugar as they were a diabetic. When emergency medical service arrived, we had already known the problem, and they were quickly able to administer what amounted to a simple but life-saving medication, glucose. The student made a full recovery. Someone else asked the bystander, "Well, how did you know to check a blood sugar?" And she said, "I'm a physician assistant, and I learned that in school, and I've never forgotten it." The question that followed was a question that I asked as a witness to the event 17 years ago, and I said, "What's a physician assistant?" That was the day I was inspired to begin my journey to become a PA, and where I now get to teach airway, breathing, circulation, and don't ever forget glucose. I hope you will all apply everything we have taught you, not only over the next year, but for many years to come. Class of 2022, today is bittersweet, not only for me, but for all faculty. On one hand, it will be difficult not to see you back in the classroom, but on the other hand, this is the day you have been preparing for as your journey in education enters the next phase. We will be here every step of the way. My door is always open, in person or virtually. Cherish this moment and cherish all the moments that are about to come. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and stay in touch. In the words of Marie Curie, nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. So now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. You are all ready. Congratulations and thank you, class of 2022.
So each year, the class is charged with selecting a student to present. And I'm honored to announce that this year's presenter is Corey White. So come on.
Using one note one last time. Alrighty. I would like to thank my classmates for nominating me to speak at this year's White Coat ceremony. It means so much that you trust me to speak for you today. Heather told me that if I was nervous about speaking today, to channel my inner Claire. So that is exactly what I will be doing today. For those wondering, Claire did in fact survive her chest pain long enough to go on her date with that guy and have the bacon she so desperately wanted. And thank you to the wonderful, fabulous Victoria for being my co-star. We are still waiting on our Oscar nomination. I also like to thank family and friends today for joining us, both in person and virtually. Thank you for your constant love and support as we tackled this past year. We couldn't have done it without you. 81 exams later, we are finally done with our first year PA school. This has been such a long and rewarding year, and I cannot believe it's already over. As I think back to February, with all those exams, I thought this day would never come. I think I speak for everyone when I say this has been a tough year, but I'm glad we got to experience it with everyone and with all of you. I still remember back to our interviews 2 years ago when Dr. Baginski stressed that this program was not competitive between students, but inclusive and collaborative. I am happy to say this was very true. From the Quizlet decks and study guides to the voluntary review sessions, it was obvious that we wanted to help each other succeed as best as we could. I am so thankful I got to know each of you. I am going to miss seeing you and all your pets bright and early on Zoom every morning. We have learned so much this past year together, like Kyle learning that the liver is bigger than the kidney. Jake teaching all of us that we do in fact have a right spleen, and Thomas reminding us that dad jokes makes the day go by faster. I am also happy to report to our guests that the class of 2022 knows everything there is to know about cystic fibrosis after the longest presentation with a 15-minute limit in pediatrics. I bet none of us imagined that when we started PA school that it would be in the middle of a pandemic. Hybrid learning has had its ups and downs, but we got through it together. I like to thank the professors for ensuring our education wasn't affected too much by having to learn remotely. I can only imagine how stressful it was to change all your lectures to remotely. You did such an awesome job with Zoom learning that Pa D never wanted to show up. Before starting school, I was so nervous that it may be harder to form close bonds with one another, since many of us would be from home. After the first 2 months, I still hadn't met about 20% of the class in person, and that was so wild to me. But there's something really interesting about getting a glimpse into everyone's home each and every morning. I got so familiar with some of your rooms that I instantly noticed when Angeliki changed around her room and we could not see her iconic brick walls. We also got to see each other's pets, like Maybelle the bunny and the little black dog with the red collar. How am I doing on time? Jake, should we take a break? How's 3 minutes? Once again, I would like to thank the faculty for everything you have taught us, the sacrifices and hurdles you have gone through to make sure this past year and that we received the best education does not go unnoticed. You all inspire us to work harder and accomplish our goals and dreams. You have taught us what it means not only to be a great provider, but that we pick the right profession. You made sure that we are prepared not only for next year, but for our entire careers. We have learned so much about each of you. We have learned how much Professor Mackey loves birds and that the groove is in the heart. We have learned that Professor Honda has some of the best vocabulary I've ever heard. And if I got into all of Professor Parente's favorite things about medicine, we would be here until graduation. This year has been difficult and probably one of the hardest of our lives. And I am so proud to stand alongside each and every single one of you as we enter the next phase of our education. You all should be so proud of yourselves because you deserve to be here and you deserve to wear these white coats. We may have been challenged by PA school, but we have fought so hard to get to this point and we made it to the other side. Thank you to our professors, family, and friends for supporting us through this past year and being here today with us to celebrate this accomplishment. Remember to wear your white coat with pride, knowing that you've earned it. Also, before I end my speech, Alonzo asked to be mentioned. So hi, Alonzo. Next, we will take a look at our memories this past year from our student video. As Professor Barry would say to end her class, good day.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. Without us standing right here talking to you. Down another path, I know we love it.
Those are always so fun to watch. So now I would like to welcome Dr. Baginski, Professor Broughton, and Professor Mackey to the stage to present the white coats.
Have masks on? I'm comfortable with it on. Welcome, everyone. I now have the distinct honor of reading the names while Professor Broughton and Professor Mackey, after their warm-up exercises, will present your coats. We're going to do this in alphabetical order. Our first student, Lauren Aponte. Angeliki Arvanides. Julie Ballo. Ryan Beaumont. Alonso Bolivar. Justina Catarino. Corinne Homacheski. Cara Collins. William Collins. Kate Dahlia. Victoria Domagalski. Delaney Eisenberg. Samantha Ferris. Emily Fleming. Amelia Fusco. Dina Hagee Georges. Cecilia Hampson. Thomas Heffernan. Eliza Holstein. Young Win. Rose Ibrahim. Emily Iwaskowitz. Emily Keim. Mackenzie Keller. Joshua Cure. Trey Landry. Kelly Lapointe. Kyle McKinnon. Nicolette Manzi. Nicole McFarlane. Aaron Moorfield. Edward Morris. Randolph Nader. Lindsay Raymond. Alexandra Ravitas. Megan Rosa. Heather Roty. Jeffrey Roy. Frederica Sadovnikov. Yulia Santa. Jeff Sinkowitz. Catherine Sonia. Jacob Texera. Emily Vanassi. Corey White. Jessica Yu. Sorry, Jessica Yu. Murillo Zanette. Jessica Zariello. Would the students all stand, please, and turn to face the audience? Ladies and gentlemen, your class of 2022.
So congratulations, and we'll now have Professor Alexis Landry come to the podium to lead you in the physician assistant oath.
Congratulations to all of you. A lot of hard work, and this is just a wonderful day for you guys. I'll have you all stand. And you have this all in your programs, but you can recite after me. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care to patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. Congratulations.
In closing, congratulations to the Northeastern University class of 2022 on earning the right to don your white coat. You will continue to earn this privilege every day as you practice medicine, and we hope you'll go forward and practice with humility and improve the face of our healthcare system. Congratulations and good day. Could all members of the class of 2022 come up for a group shot in front of the photo? I mean, up of the screen?